I've got the latest keyboard from ROCCAT lined up here as we take a look at the Vulcan II Max. I'm your host, James G, and you're tuned in to another episode of The Rundown. What's happening, guys? It's James G at NXL Gaming here, and it's another episode of The Rundown. We got the latest piece of hardware from ROCCAT is the Vulcan II Max. And before we jump right in, show you guys some cool close-up videos of this bad boy. I wanted to quickly talk about the build quality on this thing. Man, is this thing built tough. It's very heavy, very sturdy. Everything feels well built. ROCCAT did not cheap out on this bad boy. It looks fantastic when it's sitting on your desk. So well done, ROCCAT, in terms of the build and that high quality that a lot of gamers are looking for when it comes to their keyboards because they're using it non-stop. For me, been testing this bad boy out for about a little bit less than a month now. I'm not a massive PC gamer. In some videos, you've seen me talk about that before. But I did, dabble a little bit on some CS. There's a game I play called Depth with a couple of my buddies that we've been playing for years that I love. But this thing held up. I love it. The keys feel fantastic. It's just well built. And I use this nonstop for work right now too. So if you're just looking for a really badass keyboard for work, for school, and even for gaming, obviously, this is something that you might want to pick up. So we're going to jump right in. I'm going to show you guys some cool features on this, especially the RGB lighting, and we will go from there. So here we go. Alright guys, so here is the close-up of the Vulcan II Max keyboard from ROCCAT. So first I want to talk about this silicone wrist rest. Personally, not a fan of it. Never have been a fan of these. But it's cool. I like how ROCCAT, I have it already taken apart here, but I like how ROCCAT has implemented the really cool RGB lighting at the bottom, which will definitely illuminate and make your silicone, wrist rest look really cool. But I want to tell you guys a little cool thing is that just get rid of that rest if you don't need it. I'm chucking that aside. I don't have it situated on my desk. I don't have it situated on my keyboard. I love watching the RGB lighting illuminate from the bottom of this onto my desk, my black mouse pad, and with the lights dimmed down, it looks so cool. So if you don't want that, you can take it apart. Very easy to install and very easy to take out. But for me, I got rid of it. Let's talk about functionality. Like I told you guys in the intro, it's very well built. The keyboard just feels sturdy to me. I love the functionality where I'm able to actually have a higher profile here. You can switch that down and have a low profile on your desk, but personally, I like it a little bit higher. Weighs well. It's just a sturdy build, and I just like how it just situates so perfect on my desk. There's a really thick USB braided cable that comes with it. It's dual USB, so you're going to need to have those extra ports on your PC because you got to power that RGB and you got to obviously power the functionality and the usage of the keyboard itself. So I kind of not a big fan of that, but whatever, it does take up some space in your PC, but what are you going to do? Don't let that hinder you from picking this up because it's a great keyboard. Let's talk about the Swarm app. Download it. I mentioned that in my last review for the Max Air, and I love how that was the headset. I love how ROCCAT is implementing their new products and being able to kind of integrate with other products, and that comes into with the multi-function keys and the smart keys and the different functionality keys that you can set in that Swarm app. So I'm actually able to kind of, check a function and move my keys around and be able to see if my headset's charged up or if my mouse is charged up, and you're able to see that, and you can set all these different things in that Swarm app. So if you're familiar with a lot of ROCCAT products or seen a couple of my reviews, you're able to actually use that ROCCAT Swarm app and just go nuts with the customization, not only with the really cool RGB lighting. So right now I've kind of got it on the IMO lighting setting that is ROCCAT's flagship. And when you can see here, I'm pressing some buttons. You see how the illumination changes, the RGB colors change. Tapping here, if I hold the function button down, you're going to see how it just kind of changes the RGB lighting because I've got that all customized. You can do whatever you want. There's all these different things. There's a wave setting, the IMO setting, there's a heartbeat setting, there's a breathing setting. Really cool stuff, a cool snakes thing that you can do. So overall, you have all that customization. You can also customize the keys. If you're not a big fan of these switches and these key switches, you're able to actually take them apart and use some third-party switches, because I know a lot of you hardcore PC gamer guys out there like different switches. But for me, overall, I don't mind these at all. I use it for a little bit of light gaming, because like I told you guys in the intro, I'm not a massive PC gamer, and for me it was just being able to use this and utilize this for work and doing editing and the light gaming. It's just awesome that I have that option. It's not only for gaming. So a lot of people out there that I talk to, they're like, oh, I'd like to pick that up, but it's only for gaming. Well, it's not, because I use it for work all the time, and if you want to use it for school, whatever. The price tag's $299.99 Canadian. I believe it's $239.99 US dollars. So it does, carry a heavy price tag, but the functionality and the durability and just how well built this, keyboard is, you have that mass, kind of range that you can use this thing for. And the price tag will warrant that. So, they did a good job at it. The palm rest is there. You've got all the customizations that you can use this, with the Swarm app. So a lot of people are going to, really be interested in that, especially if you have ROCCAT products already. I love the way the keys sound as well. Like, it's not overly loud. You don't have that, like, pinging noise that some of these keyboards have. I know I've reviewed some products from some other companies where it just doesn't sound nice to me. It feels nice. The switches are great. Like, you're not having to double tap the button to do, enter, whatever, shift, whatever it is. They just done a great job of implementing this really cool, RGB lighting, but also really cool how they just have a durable and sturdy, keyboard with these switches. I believe it's like 1 million or 100 million key strokes they've used for testing to just kind of get the right features and the right feel and just have that durability function for players, and just you're dropping almost $300, so you have to have a really fantastic product and a really well built piece of tech here that's going to last you a long time, especially for vigorous gaming and using it for school, for work, whatever you're going to do. But overall, they really nailed it. Love the functionalities. I'm able to volume up, all that kind of stuff, and you can see how on the RGB lighting that everything is kind of moving around. It's up, it's down. It's really cool how this keyboard comes to life if you're a massive fan of RGB with that Swarm app. So make sure you have some fun with it. This is a definite pickup for me. I already used the SynMax Air. My Cone XP Air mouse is hands down my favorite product from ROCCAT. I've integrated everything together on that Swarm app. It all looks so sexy in my dim light here in the basement. So overall, fantastic piece of tech from ROCCAT. So well done. And let's finish this review up. Alright guys, there you have it. That is the overview of the Vulcan II Max from ROCCAT. Beautifully crafted keyboard. I'm not a massive PC gamer, but I gamed a little bit on this bad boy. Use it a lot for work. It's very durable. I love having the option doing low profile, high profile, situate on my desk. Not a big fan of that silicone, rest there, but wrist rest, but a lot of people will like that. I love the IMO lighting shooting at the bottom. The IMO lighting is fantastic. The RGB lighting is amazing. How I'm able to tweak the IMO lighting, in the Swarm app. Just have some fun with it, and then customize it with and integrate it with some of the key products that I've already got from ROCCAT, which is really cool. So I love how I'm able to customize that. If you want to customize the switches, you can. Gives you that third-party option to do so. Well built, priced at $299. I know it's very, high price, but the functionality and the key features on this bad boy, you won't want to sleep on this. It's good for gaming, great for work, everyday use. You want to use it for school, go for it. Really badass keyboard. I love what ROCCAT has done here, so definitely do not sleep on ROCCAT. I tell you guys that in my reviews all the time. You don't hear a lot about ROCCAT products because they're not a household name yet, but this is definitely going to put them on the map again, just like that headset that I reviewed not too long ago. So there you have it, guys. James G, Next Level Gaming, and that was my review for the Vulcan II Max from ROCCAT. So stay locked in because more reviews are coming up down the road. Cheers.